Hey guys, this is Hannah from IMSLP Flute coming at you with another video for this week. I'm going to be talking about IMSLP, or International Music Score Library Project. So this is one of my favorite websites and online resources. I talked about it in last week's video on online resources for flute students, and I will link that video below. But IMSLP is really great for finding free public domain sheet music for any instrument: flute, clarinet, violin, mandolin. I think they have on there like non-orchestral instruments are quite popular on there, so it's a great option. And then some, not a lot, but some living composers have also donated their pieces, so you can find tons of stuff on there. So I'm going to go over what it is, how to use it, and if you want to read this, feel free to check out the coordinating blog post. It is on my website under hannahbflute.com/blog, and I'll have that linked below as well. So, what is IMSLP? As I said, International Music Score Library Project, free website for sheet music. It's amazing. Public domain means that it's not under copyright, so you're not going to find a bunch of recent stuff, again, unless it's a living composer who licenses their sheet music for IMSLP. You can find a lot of Baroque, classical, romantic works. You can search by composer, nationality, time period, instrumentation. You can go into the website and search for featured instruments if you're looking for a concerto that's featuring your instrument, like flute or piccolo. You can also search for chamber works, so duos, trios, quartets, that sort of thing. And then, so once you find that category, you can select the piece you want. That's great for browsing, or if you have a specific piece in mind, you can use the search bar at the top of the website to search for your piece. And then once you download it, you will have to wait 15 seconds. However, you can pay to get rid of that waiting period by paying, I think it's $3 a month for a subscription, maybe less, maybe more, don't quote me on that. And so you can download it to your computer. I would suggest at least doing that, even if you plan to print it out, just in case you lose that printed copy and want to find the same exact one and not have to go through the search process and the waiting game. 15 seconds isn't that long, but it does add up, and it's nice to just have it there ready and waiting for you. All right. So one of my favorite parts of IMSLP now is their app. So as you guys might know, I use my iPad for sheet music, and this way I don't have to worry about printing off sheet music, especially from IMSLP. IMSLP, like a few months ago, just released their app, and I am going to kind of give you guys a walkthrough of how that works. All right, so right now I am going to film the section where I go into detail about the IMSLP app. As you can tell, I have a lot of music and business related apps here on my iPad. Here is the IMSLP app. So starting up at the top, we have the recent scores. So you can see some of the things I've been working on: the Don John etudes. I played through Carnival of the Animals, some other etudes, which is mostly what I use IMSLP for. I don't store much of my solo repertoire on here unless I get it off of IMSLP, but then I will export it to Fourscore, which is the app I use. Let me know if you guys want a video about that. I do have a blog post on it, but I've never filmed anything. So this is nice if you need to visit recent scores quickly without having to search. Then there's the IMSLP little search feature, so you have last visited. So again, I just downloaded the Don John etudes, which if you're not in the Facebook group Etude of the Week, that's what they're working on now. You can film yourself playing the etudes for that week and get some feedback, and you can watch other people's recordings and all that. You can favorite composers over here. You can shuffle, it looks like, for playlists. As there are playlists, I haven't used that feature yet. Then scores, these are all of my scores. So most of them, one of the recent updates automatically sorted scores into folders based on the composer. So there's Anderson, Bach, Bartok, Beethoven, tons of different composers. And so you can go into the composer's file. As you can see, I have quite a few Anderson etudes. I have a decent selection of Bach, some sonatas, some orchestra works. And then down here, these are just like unsorted pieces. The Drouet studies, I guess, don't have a composer to go to. You can create set lists if you want to. I have not done that because, again, I used primarily Fourscore. You can sort by title. You can search. And you can import. You can also scan. And I guess you can turn off group by composer. So there's all of this stuff that I have on my iPad. But grouping by composer means I don't have to scroll through everything. All right, so there's recordings. Again, I haven't done that. You can import recordings or go to the IMSLP website to find them. There's social. I guess you would need a paid account. I do not have one. The viewer, this just takes you back to the piece you were last working on. So again, my Don John etude, and so this is kind of how the reader works. If you tap in the middle of the screen, you can see this toolbar up here where you can annotate, you can add different musical markings, use tools like metronome, pitch and tuner, page turn settings, so you can show a single, or I guess that's in landscape. So if I turn my iPad like this and do double, it'll show 2 pages. You could also do double in place or single, and therefore when I turn the page, it's like that. So again, single, you can have it curl, you can have it stack, like that, or or a slide, or none. You can bookmark things, annotations, file import, info export, all of that. So I think that's pretty cool, especially for a free app, because Fourscore is, I think it's up to $15 now. It may not be worth it, especially if you use a lot of IMSLP stuff. The IMSLP app might work really well. And then lastly is the settings. So you've got your main settings, notifications, Apple Pencil. So if I were to go back to the viewer and use my Apple Pencil, it will automatically enter annotation mode. And this one I've never used before, so God. Wow. Anyway, yeah, so undo all of that and add back settings, so language, downloads, your profile if you have one. So that is pretty much the IMSLP app and how that works. So if you guys like this little section, if this helps, thanks. All right, so that's kind of how the IMSLP app works, and I hope that this little guide helped you guys get a better understanding of how the website and app work, what you can do with it, why it's such a cool resource for musicians. And if you have any questions, be sure to comment below. Check out the blog post on my blog, and also download your Ultimate Guide to Learning Flute Online, where you can learn even more about how to use IMSLP. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.